Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. This is going to be a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 1st to January 5th, 2020. Let's get right into it. We're going to pull a good tarot for your crowning energy. Then we'll pull your gift for the week, challenge for the week, some qualifiers for that, a heart oracle, and then a closing energy. Hope you guys are doing great today. I really like the energy this week, guys. I really do. We have Moon in Pisces, Trine, Mars, and Scorpio on the 1st. I just really like it. Pisces is just like the Moon in Pisces is understanding and caring and just it's a little lazy, but it's like it's kind of like there's a chill vibe to it, and we see our responsibilities in a better light, and we're feeling confident about fulfilling our responsibilities. Okay, if that makes sense. But the moon's aspects on the 1st do very much open us up to opportunities and possibilities for understanding and cooperating with other people in our life, and we just tend to connect in this energy. We tend to connect to our higher purpose and just feel more optimistic. You know, we have lots of problem solving support. We're going to be learning new things, just open to things. We're going to be very open. And what I do have to say, is there's a new moon in Aries at around, it's 11 o'clock, 11:01 to be exact, on the evening of January 1st. And that's going to make us all feel more excited and ready on a soul level to move into something new and take on new things. And the moon is void for a couple of hours before that, which I think is a great energy for thinking. A lot of people don't like this energy. I happen to like it. I think it's a great energy for thinking, since there are no aspects really getting in our way, you know, for clear and honest thinking. So I kind of like that. Okay, so we have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Water. This is your crowning, okay? I love it. Okay, 6 of Cups. That's lovely. That's like really tapping into your inner child, getting in touch with, some of you might actually be visiting with people who you spent a great deal of time with, and some sort of past connections, maybe your childhood. Some of you may be going back to visit your childhood home. There's definitely running into people from your past. Some of you, if you're in the space of having children, you're spending a lot of time with children, or people who are younger than you who kind of wake up that the childlike fun in you. For many of you, this does indicate reconciliation for those of you who have not been in contact with somebody. And that reconciliation can happen having to do with an intimate relationship, or could also be reconnecting with a family member you haven't seen in a long time, or an old friend. Right? But there's this innocence, and there's this love and a healthy kind of nostalgia to it. So I do like that. So let's see, your gift for the week is the 6 of Air. So we have the 6 of Swords is your blessing for the week. This is your gift. So there's a moving away from something that's been toxic for you, Taurus. So whatever's been toxic that you're moving away from, it could certainly be a situation with somebody that you were in, having to do with an intimate relationship. It could be you moving away from an unhealthy situation in work, or this can even be you moving away from an unhealthy and toxic mindset that you've had yourself in. Okay, so it really could be any of those. We'll talk more about those when we pull the qualifiers. And your challenge for the week is the Messenger of Earth. Okay, so this is somebody coming in who really wants to connect with you regarding, this is about money. This is about mental, physical, emotional connection. But this is in your challenge. This is in your challenge. Interesting. And you guys have such a strong earth energy. So, feeling challenged in the connection department. Some of you are going to be feeling challenged in the money department, which, you know what, listen, we're just coming off the holidays. A lot of people are going to be hurting in the money department there, right? But the messenger really is more about the mental, physical, and emotional connection. But we'll talk more about that. We'll get to the bottom of that. Alrighty. So we have the 6 of Air. So you're moving away from something. And even if, for many of you, I mean, this doesn't even have to be in the 3D. This could even just be mentally. Some of you may be wanting to leave a situation in 3D, but you just can't yet, so you kind of check out. You know what I mean? So this could be you being like this in work, where you know, you're like, all right, the new year's here, definitely have to look for a new job, but I'm not going to quit right now. I still need the money. So it's you staying there, but knowing that you want to move on and move out of something, right? Not being flippant about the decision, but knowing that you need to get out of the situation. In the 3D at least, or at least it's at least taking a mental break from it, okay? And some of you may want to leave your home, right? Where if you're like in a connection that is just like not healthy, but you just can't do that right away. Okay, let's see what we have here. So we have the King of Swords energy, which is somebody who's not being very honest, somebody who's not being very forthcoming. This could be lying through omission. Taurus, we have the Page of Cups. So this is a new offer coming in, okay? Dealing with the heart space. So if this has to do with, this could be you realizing that there's something really, the King of Swords, somebody really dishonest at work, somebody who really rubs you the wrong way, who you never feel is on the up and up. They hide things from you. There are things going on in the work sector that are it's very uncomfortable for you. And this Page of Cups, if this has to do with career, let's read it as career first. This does indicate a new job coming in or some sort of offer coming to you that you're very interested in. Now, for some of you, this can even be a totally different path altogether. It could be a new idea. This is something that you're realizing. Maybe you want to become an entrepreneur if you work with a corporation or something like that. But you definitely changing your path when it comes to how it is that you make money. Ace of Pentacles, beautiful, beautiful. This is a new beginning. We have a Page of Cups and we have an Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new start. I love it. This is great. So let's hang with the career interpretation first, and then we'll circle back and we'll apply it to relationship. But the Ace of Pentacles, this indicates that you're going to be starting a new job that's going to be very lucrative for you, Taurus. It really is a good, really good choice for you. And we have the Devil energy, and the Devil energy is any energy that's imbalanced, and you apply that however you see fit in your life. And this is something that you're going to be getting very front and center with within yourself and within people around you. So when I say imbalance, this can, because a lot of people go straight to the idea that it is the card of addiction. And it definitely can be. Because what is addiction? Addiction is an imbalance in the usage of something, right? So there's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine. There's a problem with sitting down and having 2 bottles, particularly like every day. You know, anything like that. Irresponsible, heavy partying, you know, spending too much money, addicted to shopping, addicted to sex, addicted to food. Any sort of like heavy imbalance in these areas needs to be brought under control. But it can also be an imbalance in thinking, you know, really feeling so paralyzed by fear. I mean, really seriously, where your fears, it's to the point where your fears end up creating situations in your life that just don't belong there. Do you know what I mean? And this is also the potential for being addicted to negative thinking. You're like, oh, how could I be addicted to that? It's possible, you know, where it's this, I mean, there are many elements, and we're not going to get into it in this video, why a lot of individuals are like that. If you are like that, please don't beat yourself up. Please forgive yourself. But think about what's under the underbelly of that. If you do find yourself in a space where you do think negatively quite a bit, where you are fearful quite a lot, in a way where these things might get in your way, or, right? Because I feel like you are getting in touch with this within yourself, or you should be anyway, because this is very alive and well in your energy field, okay? Or you're recognizing these things as well in somebody else who's close to you. You know, an issue that you're dealing with having to do with addiction in any of the ways that I just described, including just consistent negative thinking. And then we have the King of Wands in the reverse. So here, there's a lack of willingness. Here, there's a lack of passion for this situation anymore. That has to do with the 6 of air that you're moving away from. I mean, naturally there's no passion here, because you would not want to leave something that you still felt very passionately and positive for. So, you know, we have this this definitive understanding here that something, you need to move away from something, absolutely, because there's a lack of willingness and there's a lack of truth. This just doesn't speak to you anymore. It just doesn't. And you're really getting in touch with the aspects of yourself that you need to work on, but you're also recognizing within this environment where the unhealthy lives, right? And where the toxicity has been. And you're really looking to move yourself out of it with this Page of Cups and this Ace of Pentacles. These are new cycles, brand new beginnings. So I do really like that. Okay, so that's what we have with that. Let's use these for the Messenger of Earth, and then we'll see what other kind of energies we could pull. And I do feel like a lot of you is sort of like tapping back into something that you used to do, right? Because we have the Six of Water here. So a lot of you guys are thinking back to either a hobby that you did that you now realize if you go back to it, it can actually be quite lucrative for you. For many of you, this is you going back and realizing there's a relationship that maybe you should not have ended in the past, that you want to revisit, anything like that. Yeah, and so of course, if this has to do with an intimate relationship, for some of you, if you are living with the person, like I mentioned before, and you're not able to leave right away, this is really the energy of you kind of mentally checking out and putting your ducks in a row and figuring out, how exactly you're going to create that next step to happen for you, right? Because there are many reasons why people can't just up and leave, be it money, maybe it's children. There are many factors involved, right? Everybody's situation is a little different, but there is this disconnection. For others of you, it is you actually leaving, or maybe just not even being in contact right now. And the reason is because you lost your passion, because you felt there was this inability for this person to remain really like wholly so honest with you. And you recognizing that, listen, the devil energy here can mean a couple of things as well. Maybe you didn't really like the version of yourself that you were in this relationship, in this connection. You didn't like how you became, and that could certainly be a thing, okay? And then also you, again, like I mentioned before, getting in touch with your own maybe shadow side, but certainly that of this person that you've been dealing with. Now, many of you, we have the Page of Cups here and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I do believe that many of you are leaving and ending this, right, as the cycle as it is, but something new is coming in. We have a Page of Pentacles, a new connection, and somebody offering you their cup. So this can be, and I have to read it the way I'm getting it, this can be a brand new connection, Taurus, but it can also certainly be somebody from your past where they're coming in and they're offering you their cup. And I'm saying that because I always say with the court energies, particularly like the page, right, this offering, this newness, it's a new cycle, but it's a new cycle in something that's already existed, right? But it's going to be happening in a completely different way. Now, if this was an Ace of Cups and this was an Ace of Pentacles, I would say this is a brand new everything. But I'm feeling like this is a new go around to a situation that you were involved with at one time. Okay? So that has to do with an intimate relationship. Okay? Yeah. Some of you may even be connecting to an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time. And when you guys reconnect, it's going to be like, wow, this is just so different and better than it was last time, because there must be a reason the person's not in your life anymore, right? Yeah. More pentacle, Messenger of Earth. So again, this is just so, I feel Taurus, right? When I look at that card. Isn't it beautiful? She has the antlers coming out. And then we have the King of Pentacles. He's the king, Messenger of Earth. Let's pull 5. And Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Swords. Page of Swords in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, it's happening here. So the Knight of Pentacles, this is great energy. This is about just having it together, understanding what's necessary in the 3D for a relationship when it comes to resources, finances, communicating, connection. Just really understanding what needs to be done. understanding what needs to be done. But then we have the Knight of Pentacles energy in the reverse. So this tells me that there's a lack of willingness to actually open up to the connection. So it's like you know it's necessary, but you're not opening up to what is being offered to you. Now, I also feel like for many of you, you're viewing the other person like this, where they're closed off. There may be a lack of connection here right now. You guys may not be in contact. Seven of Swords energy is about, this is the card of thievery and really bastardizing somebody's words. So this is the kind of fighting where there's a lot of deflection and blaming and finger pointing. And there's a lack of ownership in this energy. I really don't like this card. I think over time this has become my least favorite card. I think there's purpose behind all the cards, even the Tower and, you know, this Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands and all, you know, all of those that there's purpose there to actually, you know, help us evolve as people. This one, no. I think there's anything positive about this. There's really not. This is about having a lack of clarity of the truth. This is about there being a lot of like, just like, it's like trying to fight through dirty windows and who knows what's real, what's not real. And it's like that cyclical kind of conversation. And that's just so toxic, right? And I just feel like that's here. The Page of Swords is, yeah, it's just somebody's not telling the truth. This is not an energy to trust, right? This is just not, and this is, oh, Taurus, I feel like on many, okay, for many of you, I'm getting that you just feel like your truth is not being heard. And this is so frustrating for you with the Page of Swords reverse. It's like you're just not being heard. You're not being heard. Then we have the Eight of Swords, self-imprisonment. In the reverse, I mean, this is like, you're really feeling very upset about this. In the reverse. You're trying very hard to put everything in perspective, but it's challenging. So this can have to do with a friendship. This can have to do with a relationship, certainly. I'm vibing that more than anything. I really am. It could be with a business partner as well, but I just feel like there's more of a personal thing here with this challenge. But it's like you come in knowing exactly what's necessary, but then you're dealing with this, all of this energy here with somebody who's just not able to give the connection in the way that you need, you know? Not able to give it in the way that you need. Anything else we need to understand about this? Seven of Cups. Yeah, I mean, there's like, you're just not sure of everything. This is a very kind of like Neptunian energy, you know? It's like, this is the energy you got to watch out for, that you don't end up creating fantasies in. Because this does indicate like some sort of fantasy, some sort of not connection with full reality, because you don't know everything. You know what's in Five of the Cups, you don't know what's in Two. And what does the human condition do when they have almost all the pieces, but they're missing a couple, right? What do? We fill in, right? We fill in. And a lot of times, if it's a situation that we really want to go a different way, and I feel like you do, I feel like you want this situation to work, Taurus. I really do. So you don't want to end up creating a fantasy in your mind of possibility with this person. Yeah. Because they're disrespectful. They're very disrespectful to you. And there's not going to be a victory here. There's no wish fulfillment. Yeah. And this is in your challenge. This is in your fear, in your challenge. So you are viewing this person coming in, wanting to offer all of this to you, as not capable of giving you what you need. It's the reversals here that are showing up. We're energetic beings. We have the energy and the power to turn these all right side up. You know why we say that? I don't understand why people don't like reversals. A lot of times it's really actually just so unbelievably positive. But, you know, here it's just about recognizing what it is about this person here, or the situation, that you just can't bring yourself to trust. Then we have the Wheel of Year reverse. Oh man, Taurus, this is telling me that something is trying to bust through your reality right now that you are really blocking. There's something beautiful that's trying to bust through that you're blocking. You're blocking with a ton of excuses on why it won't work. You're trying to manipulate fate. The Magician reverse is a trickster energy. It's somebody listening to the wrong people, getting the wrong advice, thinking a little crooked. Taurus, Taurus, I feel like you think there's more lack here than there is. Yes. Yes. And there's a passion here for you, and there's somebody who wants to be honest about something that was deeply painful, that you perceive that they did to you. The Four of Swords is you at the end of the day, you're not able to walk away from this person. You want to, but there's going to be this conversation. I feel like it's Knight of Wands coming in with a lot of passion. This is a lot of passion this person has. There's great intention here. And the Three of Swords reverse is way more positive than in the upright. This is about honesty, just putting out anything painful on the table and talking about it. The Four of Swords in the upright is moving forward. But in the reverse, it's, no, you're not going anywhere. Fairness. Justice. Justice. Well, isn't that the kicker? You got it all covered here, Taurus. That's hilarious. We have justice, right? So you need to talk about with this person. The Knight of Cups energy reverse, the Queen of Pentacles reverse, the Queen of Swords reverse. This is words and communication. This is connection. This is emotion, all in reverse. And this is you shutting down all of these things right now to this person. You are in total shutdown because you want justice. And I'm telling you right now, you feel like there was unhealthy emotions, connection, and communication within this connection. But you know what? I'm really not, you're not gonna like it. I'm gonna say this, Taurus, okay? But I have to say it anyway because I'm being pushed to. If there was really no emotion, no connection, no communication, nothing like that, nothing at all, like in the way that I'm reading this energy, which is very strong and very, definitive with these court placements. This is like you're yelling at me, right? If this is true, you wouldn't have any confusion about this person. I'm just wondering if you didn't build up if you're not in a headspace where you're making things in your mind worse than they actually were for some of you. If they cheated on you, if they were a narcissist or whatever, this is probably not your message, okay? But for some of you, I feel like you took something and you may be adding to it. You're embellishing it. You're making it heavier and bigger and uglier than it actually was in the 3D because there's something about it you don't trust. And I'm going to throw this out there. Do any of you guys struggle with fear of abandonment? Fear of intimacy. You gotta be really honest with yourself. When you end up pushing somebody away instead of pulling them closer to you. And where you find it very challenging to find any forgiveness. Because this is what I'm getting, I have to tell you. I would not feel this level of conflict if, in fact, all of these things were missing. Because then there's no relationship. There's nothing to miss. There's literally nothing to miss. This person is bad and not worth a dime. No, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, but okay. You feel like you weren't going to have your wish fulfillment with them. You're feeling very sad, but you're ready to move on and just appreciate your own beauty. You didn't trust them when it came to other people, other women, other men. Page of Wands reverses that there's an implication of sexual promiscuity in that, for sure. Lack of passion there. And really just arguing about what's true, what's not, what's real, what's not. So really it doesn't even matter, Taurus, because they feel like this is a very entrenched energy that I'm getting. Whether it's, you know, what I mentioned before, I have to tell you that is what I got. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull a love oracle for those of you in that space. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Huh? That goes for all Tauruses who are in healthy love relationships, because I'm sure many of you are. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. That's beautiful. That's what it's all about, right? It's only a matter of time before looks go away and this starts hurting and that starts breaking and this, that, right? You got to have that friendship there. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Well, you look at this, you got Messenger of Earth, and then you have 10 of Pentacles as your closing energy. You guys are going to be just fine. You're going to end up in something where you feel very well supported. You really, really are. But Taurus, I'm going to ask you to please try to be honest with yourself. You know, I don't, guys, I'm not gonna censor my readings, because if I'm feeling it, I need to say it because I feel like somebody might appreciate hearing the message. So I apologize if I offend anyone, because it's not intentional. But I do have a very strong vibe here, Taurus, that many of you have a deep intimacy fear. And you need to figure out what that's from, you know? And there's so much great information on YouTube about it. There are so many wonderful books that you can really kind of get in touch with that inner child if you feel moved to do that kind of work. But really ask yourself if, because I get this cut and run, this cut and pull, this something happened, and like under no circumstances do you want to revisit a situation, even though somebody is trying to get back in. And it's just one reason after another on from your energy. And that's typically what happens with the fear of intimacy. It's like, well, then they did that and they did that and they did that, and that's why I can't be with them. And a lot of times it's like not as bad as all of that. And a lot of times if you're dealing with a person who is solid, who maybe just made a mistake, who's maybe just human, and they still have good stuff about them, you know? Yeah. Because I feel like the energy is here for you. 10 of Pentacles is beautiful. It's about being on the right path with the right person. So that is what I have. That is what I have. Yeah. All right, Taurus, thank you so much for joining me. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.